Wow, that is incredibly better. That is, I almost don't even care that I bought the Lahar now. All right, everybody, welcome back to the bench. This week we're going to look at the Print X SRBS Compact. This is the compact version, so it is about the same size as the Lahar 30K. I've been burning things onto these things for some reason. I don't know why. This can right here, I bought this. It was on sale at Battlehawk. I cannot tell you how much, but it was about 5 beans worth of things. So add some zeros to that 5 and you'll see. This can was incredibly inexpensive. It came with nothing though. So normally they'll come with their B&T titanium hub adapter for Surefire stuff. They'll come with spanner wrenches. They'll come with all sorts of stuff. This thing came with nothing. You just get the suppressor. Not a problem with me, it's hub compatible. So hub compatible means you can slap on your Rearden. If you wanted to be dumb enough like me and decide you were gonna buy into chemo and then realize that you hated it, you could totally do that too. Or you can direct thread. If you have a direct thread adapter, you're more than welcome to do such a thing. So you can do all 3 of these. My buddy Chris, actually, he's my cameraman sometimes. He bought the same can and he has a direct thread adapter on the way. So he's going to be direct threading his can to his gun. So I wanted to give you guys some options for things. If you know the price on the Lahar 30K, if you know, this can is actually beating that by a decent amount. So as of right now, check the pinned comment, but as of right now, you will have a 3D printed Inconel suppressor that is reduced back pressure. As you guys can see in there, all the reduced back pressure channels, they're really, really good. This can right here, from everything from shooting it at the indoor range in comparison to my Lahar, this can had significantly less back pressure. When I take it out to the outdoor range, you guys are gonna see I will run this for a few rounds on each one of my rifles, and then I will slap this on there, and you guys will actually see what I have been feeling. Indoors, we did the same thing, but it just wasn't necessarily as good as being able to run this outdoors. I've been able to put about 180 to 200 rounds on this suppressor so far. I've got about 550, 600 rounds loaded, so we can continue to test both of these. I do plan on getting this above 500 rounds to give you guys an initial impressions, and then I have another case on the way, so I can give you guys even more. So I hope you guys stick around for this. The one thing we won't be testing in the rest of this initial impressions is point of impact shift versus like unsuppressed or with different suppressors. I'm not going to test that right now. I do want to test that later in a more feature length, full length video of this suppressor, but I wanted to give you guys my initial how it's going to sound not wearing ears, how it's going to sound, compared to a traditional baffle can. Now, I don't have incredible microphones, but I do have a DJI Mic 2, and I believe that we could definitely get this up there, get this close, and get it kind of in comparison to what you guys are going to see. You're going to see how this works compared to this, and I think it's going to be pretty awesome. So I hope you guys stick around for this content. We're going to go hit the range right now. You're going to see some of that stuff, and then we're going to come back here, and we're going to talk about all the other fun stuff. Real quick, this can weighs 12.3 ounces without the mount, 14.3 with this Rearden mount. If you get the smaller, like titanium Rearden mount, it's only a half an ounce more. So you'll go from like 12.3 to like 12.8, 12.7. All right, Chris is out here with the B&T SRBS 556 Compact on the LMT Spec War 12.5. This has a mid-length gas system. So let's run it, see how it does. All right, first impressions without ears.
Sounds perfectly fine to me.
My ears are ringing just a smidge.
No ringing for me.
Okay, all right. All right, so I don't do this very often, but I'm gonna run this without ears. So this is the SRBS. Ringing a little bit. Other than that, it's not bad. I like this Spec War with it. We're gonna test on my LMT. I think if you were to continue to shoot this without ears, it would kind of suck, but it's not bad. And I think this is PMC Bronze 223, so. Wow, that hit me right in the face. Lahar 30K. We've shot this a lot indoors, so now we're going to shoot it outdoors for the first time. I'm going to run 5 rounds, PMC 223 bronze. It's a smidge spicier than the 5.56 SRBS, so this one definitely hurts your ears. It's ringing a little bit. Definitely going to be running suppressed most of the day today. Honestly, if you had to shoot this indoors, it would suck, but it wouldn't be nearly as bad as shooting this unsuppressed. Shooting with the Print X RBS out at the range, this is the compact version, has been fantastic. When you know you're going to like something and you just end up liking it that much more, it is one of those things where it kind of blew me away. I know I like the Lahar 30K. I know I like this suppressor, but this brought me into a whole new realm of loving suppressors. I have burnt some stuff onto it. I apologize. I know it doesn't look wonderful. This was carelessness on my part, almost intentional. So just to let you guys know here, if you guys look, there are some venting holes right up in here. And then when you look inside, you can't see right now, but I'll have a video where you can look inside, or you saw it already. This can is very wide open. For how little my ears were ringing after shooting this on the 12.5, the 11.5, the 16-inch, the 20-inch. The 16-inch and the 20-inch, this was definitely hearing safe. This, no problem. I would feel comfortable shooting that in a house, no issues, if needed to be. But this right here, just a fantastic suppressor. Now, I know a lot of people are gonna be like, well, why'd you go with the compact? Why didn't you go with the full size? Why didn't you go with whatever? I like K-size suppressors. I like the Print X Mini K. I think that's a fantastic can. I really want that can. I think it's awesome. I hope one day to pick that suppressor up. But this is what I was able to get for now because I wanted a dedicated 5.56 can that was reduced back pressure. When I say reduced back pressure for this suppressor, this suppressor right here only adds 1.6% to your bolt carrier velocity. So it's not increasing your bolt carrier speed by that much. I don't know how much in terms of like Newton meters or anything like that that does, but according to Huxworks, there's about 1 to 1.2% bolt speed. This is 1.6%. I think they're pretty much in the same field. Being that this can is well over half the cost, actually well under half the cost of a, under, there we go. Well under half the cost of a Huxworks can. I think you're getting a better deal with this. I like the way this one looks. You can always go get it Cerakoted black if that's what you want to do, or green, or whatever color you want to get it Cerakoted. If you don't like the gray, if you don't like how this kind of turns almost like a brown. I did heat this up. This brown stuff on here, right here, this is all just the heat coming off of this suppressor. I was able to run 3 to 4 mags relatively quickly. Now this has no barrel length restrictions and it's full auto rated. It is a not flow through, reduced pack pressure. I keep wanting to say flow through, and that's Huxworks, and they'll apparently steal your children in the middle of the night. So this one right here, I think is definitely a very good contender for those cans. It's not titanium, it is Inconel. Yeah, I like that. It is 3D printed Inconel. So the first 200 rounds with this suppressor, you're going to need to shoot. You will get some sparking and all that other fun stuff. You're gonna get all that. But once you get out of that 200 round mark, there's no more sparking from what B&T says. I haven't noticed any today. When we were at the indoor range, when I first had the suppressor going, we got it hot a little bit, nowhere near what we were able to do when we went outside. We were just able to kind of dump ammunition, to run some drills, do things like that. I think that this is a very good suppressor for that. Now, what I primarily ran that on was my LMT 11.5 inch. This has a forward control designs / reared in muzzle device, whatever you want to call it, flash hider. This has a LMT 11.5 inch barrel with their carbine length gas system. Whatever this guy is right here, I can't remember this grip. Unity hot button, or Mod Light hot button, running with a Mod Light OKW. This is one of their OG heads. And then a Surefire DS00. LMT MRP upper. Now this is the 9.25 version. My buddy that you saw in this video, he has the 11.5 inch version with a 12.5 barrel. That's the Spec War upper. That's a little bit different, but not that much. Aimpoint Comp M5 running with a dual dimple, and then I have the KAK K-Spec downvent BCG along with a BCM, their Mark II charging handle. So this is their upgraded charging handle. It's a very nice charging handle. I like this charging handle. It does mitigate gas pretty well. It vents it out both sides. I actually have a video about it if you guys want to check that out. I like this setup right here. It's just smooth, it's nice. Yeah, and now I need to SBR my LMT lower so I can put them together. These two have been a match made in heaven for me, but honestly, I also want to run this on my 14.5, which has a pin and welded, it's a Geisel URGI. It has a pin and welded Surefire 4-prong. I plan on getting the Surefire mount when that releases in April. Whenever that comes out, I plan to pick up that mount. That mount is definitely going to go on this suppressor, and then this suppressor along with this gun and a couple others are going to have Surefire mounts put on them because I want to be able to run all of my suppressors however I want to run them. So that's what I'm going to do. But mostly I like running this suppressor. I wanted a dedicated 5.56 reduced back pressure / flow through can for what I wanted. And I think this works out really well. I like the PrintX RBS Compact. I think it's fantastic. And if you guys are out there and you really want to check one out, I highly recommend it. There will be a link down there. Brownells is a big sponsor of the channel, so if you guys want to check out like aim points, anything like that, I'm very disappointed that they don't have these B&T cans in stock, but these are blowing out well below map. Well, because they're just trying to get them off the shelves. They're trying to get rid of them. So I highly suggest you guys go check that out. Use the link over down in the comments. You'll see a link down there. You guys can check this out, save yourself a lot of money, and do all the other fun stuff. I really hope you guys appreciate that. If you head on over to Brownells, use code BOP10. It'll save you 10% off of any of your order. And I love you guys for always showing up and being amazing. Thank you guys for everything. As always, be a hoodlum.
Alright guys, we've got the spec war with the now LMT full auto with enhanced bolt in there, and we're going to see how this thing runs and feels now. Oh, good job, Chris. That to me is a lot less gas to my face.